So, hello everybody. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. It is the day after getting whacked by lovely Hurricane Debbie here. And I thought I'd show off some of these beautiful Chayote squash that I have here, also known as Mirliton squash. And I had beautiful plants, loaded down with fruits and looking real nice. I was going to make a nice video for you guys and talk about the history of these fruits here in the southern US. And unfortunately, I no longer have plants. They were completely defoliated, all my fruits on the ground and everything everywhere. You know, still cleaning up leaves and cutting down bananas and whatnot. And everything will regrow. That's not an issue, but nothing looks pretty at the moment. But anyway, I'm picking up fruits everywhere and deciding what I'm going to replant and, you know, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, chayote, here you go, right? A lot of people either don't know this fruit, squash. It's not really a squash, so it's in that curbit family. Except sometimes you may see a little tiny misshaped one in the store, or here in Florida you can find one or two varieties. But very few people know that these actually have a huge and very long history here in the southern United States. And that before just recent times, where you've been able to find them in Walmart and a little more common, 100 years ago, 150 years ago, they were a huge crop in Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. And they were really widely grown. Even they're up north, farther up north, Michigan was actually a huge producer of these Mirliton chayote squash. And nobody knows that. Everything is imported today from South America or something like that. And I don't think there's really any grown in the US, maybe some here in Florida. But other than that, people have completely forgotten the Amazon airplanes. No. These chayote, and that there used to be hundreds of cultivars distinct and found and from right here in the southern US. And here's a couple right here. These plants, fruits are actually very unique in that the fruit is the actual seed. And there's a fruit that's a nice white variety. And you can see the seed poking out there. And the seed actually won't really grow or sprout unless it's inside of the fruit. So to plant these, you literally let it sit out for a little bit. It'll start sprouting like this, and then you plant the entire fruit in the ground or in your pot. They do really well in pots, and you grow them like that. I've got two cultivars varieties here. This is called Elizabeth White because I found a grower lady. She was growing these actually in Alabama. She sent me these a few years ago. Really nice white variety that does extremely well. And this is Louisiana long green. A really big one, gets nice long green fruits. I think these are actually day length neutral, because these do kind of put on fruits year round for me. And I've got 3 or 4 other varieties, but super easy to grow. You stick them in the ground or in the pot, and they're vining. They look kind of like a cucumber plant. They'll flower, and they produce these fruits. You can pretty much eat them at any stage after they're pollinated. And once they're completely ripe, they'll even start sprouting on the vine, but you pick them before they start sprouting, obviously. But you pick them whatever size you want, and you cook them up just like squash. Some of them have different flavors. Some are super nutty, really good. A couple of them are sweet. Some are super starchy, like a potato. There's a spiny variety that is just like a potato. It's literally got great flavor, like a starchy potato kind of flavor. And they're really awesome, easy to grow plants. And it's a shame they're not more commonly grown. It really is, because they're super easy. You could also eat the young tips and break off the tips. The vines are getting a little too hectic for you. You go out there, sniff off the tips, and you stir fry them up really good. The seed is edible, so you don't have to worry about that. That seed is edible when you're cutting up the actual fruit. And most varieties will actually form an underground tuber. So if they freeze back or some of them naturally die back during winter. That helps them grow in cooler regions, especially if you've got a more northern variety that's been selected out. They put on a lot of starch in their storage tuber that they'll grow from the next year. But that storage tuber is also edible. Again, it depends on the variety. I think these white ones put on a good sized storage root. And if you want to dig up the plant, you can actually eat the storage root. But the older the storage root, the more fruits they put on there. Perennial, and they'll come back every year and fruit more and more. And yes, they do need pollination. The plant has male and female flowers, though one variety I have, this is just two varieties, just two of the ones I had that were sprouting, and I wanted to show you guys them sprouting, so I grabbed these. One or two are self-fertile. They'll put on fruits without needing any pollination, but again, super easy, very, very rare and unknown crop here in the U.S. But it's got a huge history, and it's a shame that has been completely lost. Nobody knows that these were once a huge crop throughout the southern U.S., and there was even multiple day-length neutral varieties for the northern U.S., and it's all been just forgotten. And if you look really hard, like these varieties here, I mean, I've found varieties and fruit stands on the side of the road in Mississippi, and like I said, this was sent to me, Alabama, the Elizabeth, and they're definitely worth growing, and it's a shame that they've almost been completely lost. And I just wanted to show you these guys real quick. I do not have my beautiful plants hanging with fruit to show you like I was planning on, so just a quick ad-libbed video for you. Talk about these amazing fruits, the Chayote, the Mirliton squash, that get growing, guys. Grow food, grow super easy, productive things that taste great, and you can't beat these right here. So get you some, stick them in a pot, give them a trellis to climb up, and see how they do for you. They should grow extremely well, and they're very easy to grow. Look at that. Beautiful. Very tasty. Love you guys. I'm going to let you go right there. The video's long enough, and hopefully my plants will recover. I'm actually going to plant these out, and we'll see how they do. I got to get some more going. But yes, check out the links in the description and everything below, and if you're interested in growing these, you know, again, check that out below. Love you guys. See you later. Grow that food, especially these delicious chayote squash. Delicious fruits, delicious food. Don't mind my inability to speak English. Honestly, I don't think about what I'm going to say when I start filming these videos for you. It just flows. So when it comes out like that, you know, like a goat, just roll with me. See you guys later. Now I want to eat some of these. I'm going to go pick a few up off the ground and cook some up for dinner, I think. Definitely delicious. But I've got so much food on the ground. The pigs and the goats are extremely happy. They love hurricanes. I don't, but the animals do, because they get to eat all of my stuff that I normally wouldn't feed them. So they're like, yay, a hurricane came through. Now we get tons of bananas, tons of grapes, tons of squash, and they don't have to eat just some nasty old green leaves. They get to eat tons of fruit when these hurricanes come through and knock all my crop on the ground. Goats and pigs. Oh well. That's the good thing about raising your own livestock, though, is nothing goes to waste. Love you guys. Again, love you. I always talk more after I say bye. It's a bad habit. It's like bonus content. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. See you later.